What was one of the worst injuries you had throughout your career?
Well, I had both my ACLs repaired, but the gnarliest crash that I ever had was St. Louis 2006, and I was going through the whoops.
Is that when you hit the boat?
No, that was Dallas. I'm going through the whoops, and they were really small, and they were close together, and my hand slipped off. When my left hand slipped off, the bike rotated forward, and my knees got caught on the handlebars, and my hands got kind of caught, and I couldn't put my hands out the block. And as I was going into the whoops, still to this day, and these memories, the memory is so vivid to me. I'm going over, and I'm just like, oh my God, like, just please let me walk away from this.
Yeah.
This whack. Like my head went down. I cracked my sternum, and luckily I got up from it. But that was the scariest one ever, dude. I remember going, like, everything went slow motion. I said, well, this is probably the end of it, and like, just let me walk away.
It's so gnarly when you have that much time. Like, even though the crash is happening quick, to you, how it slows down to have time to think, like, oh, this one's gonna hurt, or this could be the end. Like,
yeah.
I've had so many crashes like that.
I can't imagine. Like, you know what's gnarly about me? Like when I watch you guys and how gnarly the tricks are that you guys do today, and I'm like, you guys have no limits. I mean, now that you're older, I mean, you're like, okay, dude, I ain't messing with
I just
that.
ride for fun now.
Yeah,
like,
that's the way it should be. You've earned that right. But I'm like, each trick that you guys do, and say you crash, but you walk away, it's just like, we're good. We're going to keep going.
Yeah.
I'm like, where does it stop?
You still went 75 feet with no bike. Like, that's going to always hurt. You know what I mean? Like, that's like our smallest jump that we jumped.
Do you ever feel like in FMX, like, to kind of tone down the exposure of getting hurt, that maybe they should do like session it and do the highest, not riskiest tricks, but difficult tricks, if that makes sense. But yeah, you still appreciate it rather than going gnarly.
I just feel like with freestyle motocross, like, everyone's just trying to be better than you. You know what I mean? So it's like they're going to do whatever they want to do to beat you at the next contest, whether it's getting hurt. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like
I'd be so scared. Like, when I would go walk the track in my later years, I would be like, God, I hope these guys don't do this jump. I hope these guys don't do this jump.
Because you see it and you know you're like, yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
Who's going to do it first? Like, this is
like, please don't do this. Please don't do this.
Because then if they do it, you have to do it.
If you want a chance to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, being in that position to me is like, that sucks. At least it sucked for me. Mm-hmm. Like, you didn't have that feeling when you were in FMX? Like, dude, like, you had to go bigger? Like, that didn't, like, scare you a little bit?
I kind of had that feeling a little bit, but like, me and Nate Adams towards the end of our career, me and Nate Adams became like really good friends, and we started riding a lot, like when we were both like going back and forth. And me and him, because you always got to pair up in practice, because you couldn't put all the dudes out there at once, you know. So me and Nate started riding practice together, and I told him one day, I'm like, hey, we should go out dead last. I'm like, we're the ones that flip everything first, like whether it's a dirt jump or a hip, or we're gonna flip something that no one else is. But whenever we go out first and we flip something, we show everyone else that it's possible.